right? A lot of people are already talking about Lucas Matthysse possibly being a candidate for a fight with Floyd Mayweather. And there's a lot of other people trying to shoot that argument down and saying, oh, let's not get carried away. That's bullshit. Matthysse ain't ready, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to give my 2 cents. As far as I'm concerned, if Lucas Matthysse beats Danny Garcia, then I don't see any reason why he should not be in the Floyd Mayweather sweepstakes. Now, Floyd would not be obligated to fight Matthysse because Matthysse ain't had any fights at 147 to get a ranking at 147. So he wouldn't be obligated to fight Matthysse, but he'd be the dominant champion. He'd be the dominant fighter at 140, right? He'd be the most dominant fighter at 140 that we've seen for quite a few years if he was to beat Danny Garcia. So, you know, that's the top guy at 140 facing off against the top guy at 147. Those fights happen all the time. Yeah, we saw it with Andre Ward against Chad Dawson. No one had a problem with, you know, the two guys, you know, facing each other, even though Dawson hadn't fought at 168 for a long time. Ward hadn't ever fought at 175, but it was the 2 top guys from 2 different divisions facing off. No one had a problem with it. Same with Omar Narvaez fought Nonito Donaire, 2 top guys from 2 different divisions facing off. Those fights happen all the time. Yeah, even when Sugar Ray Leonard came out of retirement, faced Marvin Hagler. You know, these kind of things happen all the time. So yeah, like I say, Floyd wouldn't be obligated in terms of ranking and position. He wouldn't be obligated in that sense. But in terms of the fans, they'd want to see it. You know, a lot of fans would want to see it. And like I said in my previous video about Devin Alexander possibly getting a shot at Floyd Mayweather, Lucas Matthysse, to me, would have a much better chance against Floyd than Robert Guerrero. Right? At least Lucas Matthysse can punch. I know he's a short little guy and everything. At least he can punch. At least he's going to have a puncher's chance. Guerrero didn't even have a puncher's chance. Right? He didn't have a prayer. At least Matthysse has got a prayer with that kind of crazy punching power that he's got. Now, some people might say, how well is that punching power going to translate up to 147? I think the way it looked to me, it's going to translate pretty damn well. You know, I think he's got oversized punching power. And, you know, at least he'd have a puncher's chance against Floyd, which is more than you can say for, like I said, Robert Guerrero. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. There's not a huge wealth of available opponents out there. And at the end of the day, Floyd's got this, 5-fight deal, 6-fight. I can't remember how many fights it is. 5 or 6 fight deal now with Showtime before he retires. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with throwing Mathisse's name up in the air. There's nothing wrong with that. All right? People need to stop being so anal and so fucking, you know, gay when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. Like you get what I'm saying? He's not a god. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not a god. He's just a human being. All right? So let's not get upset when we're talking about, you know, a top fighter from a division below possibly fighting Floyd. Right? You know what I mean? Or certain fighters in Floyd's own division. Like, some people act like Floyd shouldn't fight anyone. Yeah, anyone's name you bring up at 147, like, oh, Furman, Furman's not ready. Like, okay, so who is ready then? Floyd has to fight someone. Yeah? He's going to have to put some names in those slots for those, you know, 6-fight deal that he's got. So he's going to have to fight someone. So there's no good rubbish in every single person that people suggest. Yeah? End of the day, Alexander's got a belt. Furman's undefeated. All right? So he's got 6 fights to make, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with suggesting certain fighters. So Matthysse, again, if he beats Garcia, he's then the top guy at 140. Nothing wrong with his name being thrown in the hat as well. You get what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents. Leave your comments in the comment section below. This is Hatman. I'm out.